Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I recorded this video on a really good camera. However, it did not catch the audio and it recorded in slow motion. But not to worry, I sped it up and I'm gonna do a voiceover and I'm gonna try my best to get it spot on because it was actually such a good video and I'm so upset about it. But anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. Let's get into it. Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Olivia. I make videos about sewing, gardening, natural medicine, things like that. Today, I'm gonna be sewing a 7-foot tall worm. It's a Christmas present for my little brother's girlfriend, Josie. There's no specific reason why I'm making her a worm. I just feel like she would like it. Now, since there's no pattern for a 7-foot tall worm, I have to draw it out. So here I am going through my sketchbook, and I'm going to draw out how I think it should be sewn. This is kind of a learn as I go thing, so we're gonna see what happens. Originally, I planned for it to be about 5 to 6 feet tall, and for some reason it turned out to be 7, which I'm not mad about that, but it took a lot of stuffing. If you want it to be about 5 feet tall, the head's gonna be a foot long, the neck is gonna be a foot long, and then the butt's gonna be about 3 feet long. My husband ran out to the store for me to go find the perfect pink fabric for the neck. That's when he told me it would look best with the hot pink. I was thinking that lighter pink right there, but no, he said the hot pink, and I actually agree. Okay, and then these are the measurements that I cut. And obviously you could see why mine turned out to be like 7+ feet because I definitely did a lot more than I just said that you should do. The math was not mathing. I thought this was going to be about 5 to 6 feet, but no, definitely not. So the worm's neck is supposed to puff out a little bit more like a collar or whatever. Like, you know that weird neck thing worms have? So you want it to be like 2 inches more on each side for the width. So here I'm trying to explain to you how like thick or like the width that I want the worm to be because I want it to be like huggable and nice. And then this is a fabric that I actually got a really long time ago at Walmart. It was on clearance because I guess somebody cut it and then like wrapped it up in plastic and returned it. Do I recommend using a stretchy material for this? I don't know because I feel like it used a lot more stuffing because it was stretchy. But anyways, I'm just measuring out 14 for the width, and then I did 16 for the height of the head. However, it will make it more tall if you do that. So I would go with about 12 or 13 inches if you want a smaller worm. Just do the math. I clearly did not and got a much bigger worm than I expected. So I cut out half the worm and then I flipped it over so that I could get it symmetrical on both sides. This is the fabric my husband got me. And this is what it's looking like all laid out. Okay, so then I drew out his face with marker, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sewing machine to a really wide zigzag stitch, and I'm just going to go back and forth, basically embroidering it with my sewing machine. You always run out at the worst time. So this is what the face is looking like. It's super cute. I like how it kind of looks stitched on. I think it's perfect. So anyways, you're going to take the head right sides together and you're just going to stitch all along the top, leaving the bottom part open. And I'm just doing a straight stitch, and I think it was set to like 1.6, something pretty short but not too short that it would take too long to go through. But anyways, now you have this funky looking hat. Go ahead and try yours on, I know you want to. But then you're going to take that other color fabric, the darker one for the neck, and you are going to cut out basically a rectangle. Well, you already cut it out, but you're just going to sew the sides, leaving the top and bottom open. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the butt of the worm, like the bottom end, the longest part, and you're just going to sew the sides. Leave the butt open and also leave the top of it open. I made the mistake and I sewed the butt shut and I wasn't able to stuff it. I had to seam rip it and then resew it. Okay, so now you're going to take the head and the neck and you're going to put them right sides together. I don't know why this part had me so confused at first, but I was just trying to get it right. So now the most important thing is that the side seams all line up. So what I do is I take clips and I just match up the side seams, and then everything else is going to get gathered because obviously the neck is wider than the head. And I did not want to mess it up, so I used so many clips, and this is how I gathered it. I don't know if there's any other way to gather. I mean, of course there is, but no, I just did it with my hands. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Then you're just gonna sew all the way around it, and then once you're done, open it up, and you can see you got your head and your neck together. So now you're gonna take the head and the neck and attach it to the bottom end, basically stuffing it inside, right sides together. Again, match up your side seams because that's the most important part. And then go through and gather everything, and then you're just gonna sew that all together. Gosh, I'm so bummed out that none of the audio recorded because I explained this so well in the video. But anyways, you're gonna flip it inside out through the butt. The butt is gonna be the only open end you have at this point. And at this point, this is where I realize how incredibly tall I made this worm. I think I hold it above my head and it still like drags on the floor. But anyways, now we have to stuff it, and it used, oh my goodness, so much stuffing. Like that's the only reason I'm like, maybe don't make such a big worm next time. But to be honest, stuffing it's really not that difficult, especially because I made the butthole. Oh my gosh, the butthole. I made I mean it's the butthole. I made the butthole really wide. Gosh, you guys, he is really heavy though. Look at him. He's not even halfway yet. So once you have it all stuffed, you're gonna do basically like an invisible stitch, I think it's called. Basically, you can't see the hand sewing. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how to do that invisible kind of stitch. So you're gonna go on one side, like that, and you're gonna do it on the opposite side. I really don't know how to explain this. I'm so sorry. But as you pull it, it's pulling the two sides together and it's invisible. Okay, so now that it's closed shut, you're just gonna like punch everything into place so that it's not so lumpy. Basically, take out all your anger on this worm.
Help! Oh, how can I help? What? Is there a way I can help? I need help.
Okay, so then after you Bob Ross beat the devil out of it, you will have a giant stuffed worm. But thank you guys for watching. I'm so sorry this had to be a voiceover. I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. I'm just not good with technology. But I guess you could say I'm pretty good with a stuffed worm. But please like and subscribe if you watched this far. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.